timed that one well. Catches the ball straight in. Beautiful ball. Edged away. Yes, it is.
Welcome back. We are live once again from the Oman Cricket Academy. This is game number 10, the last one for match day number 2. It's the big one where two major sides lock horns against each other. Majis Titans taking on IAS Invincibles, and without much further wastage of time, heading to the sidelines where we have Jamil Zaidi with the two captains of the sides.
Toss time now from Oman Cricket Academy ground, Muscat, for the Muscat D League. The match to be played between Invincible, IAS Invincible and Majis Titans. Along with me, the captain of IAS Invincible, Abdul Rauf, and with him, Vishwanath, and of course the match referee, Mr. Subramania. Being home team, IAS Invincible will flip the coin. Number is the call. So Vishwa, win the toss, and again same question, what you're going to do first?
Yeah, we are doing batting first today because its wicket looks like, because I saw the last two games, it looks nice. So we can set a good score over there. That's why we choose the batting.
What is the good score you are setting for?
It's around like plus 80, like that.
Any changes in the team?
Yeah, just only one change. For one fast bowler going out, one fast bowler coming in.
Okay, good luck for the match. Thank you, Vishwa. Abdul Rauf, losing the toss. Toss हार गए हैं. अगर आप टॉस जीते तो क्या करते?
एक्चुअली हम लोग यही डिसाइड किया था कि हम लोग बॉलिंग करेंगे. तो होपफुली हमारे लिए बेटर हुआ है कि हम लोग बॉलिंग ही कर रहे हैं.
तो क्या टारगेट आप समझते हो कि आप उससे ज़्यादा नहीं करने दोगे ओपोनेंट टीम को?
सर देखिए, मजीज़ अच्छी टीम है, अच्छे मैचेस खेल रही है. तो हमारी यही कोशिश होगी कि हम इनको मैक्सिमम 60-70 तक रिस्ट्रिक्ट करें इनको.
कुछ चेंजेस हैं इन द टीम में है?
जी, 3 चेंजिंग है. थोड़ा लास्ट मैच में हम लोग स्ट्रगल किया बैटिंग में, तो अभी हम लोग 3 चेंजिंग किया है. अपने बैट्समैन जो है हम उनको लेके आए हैं वापस. तो क्योंकि बॉलिंग में हम लोग अच्छा कर रहे हैं, हमें थोड़ा जो प्रॉब्लम आ रहा है वो बैटिंग में आ रहा है. तो अभी होपफुली हम लोग 3 चेंजिंग है. तो देखिए इंशाल्लाह.
गुड लक.
थैंक यू सर.
So, news from the center. Majis Titans and won the toss and they have elected to bat first.
Well, you've heard it from the captains themselves about their strategies and their plans, but what's more important is that Majis Titans have won the toss and they'll be looking to have a first go at setting up a total here. And look at their side: Abbas Khan, Abhinav Sharma, Gihan Cloete, Narayana Satish is probably the new person in, and he'll be someone to watch out for. Vishwa Vijay Ratne, the captain. Ferisco Adams, the South African import. He's a powerhouse. Also, another powerhouse is going to be Ubaidullah. Was the man of the match in the previous game for Majis Titans. Shafiq Jan is a very, very, strong competitor. Hemal Tandale will look to make inroads into any sort of batting attack. Abidullah or Abid Khan, left arm pacer, so very well stacked up for a pace department, a pace battery. And then, of course, there's going to be Adnan Khan for the Majis Titans. As far as IAS Invincibles are concerned, it's Abdul Rauf Ataullah, the captain for today. Usama Akil will be joining him in the top order. Rana Singhe Patrange Rashmika, and he is quite a decent cricketer. Joining him is also Pasindu Madhav. Yasir Dur is that little dynamo, looks to score very quickly, bowl some hard overs. Anisur Rahman is that reinforcement that Abdul Rauf was talking about. Shehzad Rahim with that left arm orthodox. Mohammad Muzair Raza, one very exciting young cricketer coming up through the ranks. Asif Al-Balushi, he's the senior statesman in that side. Ali Imran has joined the side as well. Mohammad Imran is going to be part of the side tonight as well, and he looked to be very quick and pacey first up with the new ball. Joining me in the comm box is going to be Pranav Mehta, and Pranav, welcome. And there's going to be a crack of a contest, isn't it? Two top-ranked sides and looking to be absolutely dominant in that points table.
Good evening, and certainly this is going to be a game to watch out for. IAS Invincibles versus Majis Titans. And primarily, I really feel that this is that kind of a wicket that Muzair Raza can make a big impact. Gentle medium pace, and if you can just bowl that nagging length outside off and just fish around it, probably it can be very effective.
And I would be more excited to watch how Gihan Cloete and Narayana Satish deal with the pace that Mohammad Imran has to offer. Narayana Satish, a youngster, and Gihan Cloete, who comes in with all that plethora of experience and plethora of match time that he's gotten in South Africa. Starts off with a delivery that's way wide outside the off stump, but that ball coming into the left-hander, so late swing on offer, and these are positive signs for anyone operating.
But most importantly, not a lot of bounce. Tying on to the wicket keeper, and that's where Mohammad Imran will be having a close look at the wicket. So will Gihan Cloete. It's been spongy all evening here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Turf 1. All of a sudden dying.
Second ball, and he's steaming it, Mohammad Imran. Oh, what a beautiful delivery, coming back into the left-hander, very sharp. In the process, they'll just get off the mark, not in a convincing manner. It's leg by signals the umpire.
He's getting good bit of shape here, Imran. He's quick. Very unfortunate not to be in Dubai at the moment. But what a start for Oman in Dubai. Played a game against Hong Kong. Hong Kong, China, if I'm not making a mistake. And they absolutely destroyed Hong Kong, China.
Yeah, positive signs. And it's very important that it's come ahead of that all-important Asia Cup game. The right sort of signals that you want to be sending to the opponents, that you are no mean side, you are no normal side, have to be taken seriously. Got some big performers in that squad. And what's even more important are those names that have done well in today's game. Coming in for the third delivery, Mohammad Imran. Narayana Satish, youngster, up against that pace.
And talking about performance, Amar Kaleem retired out for 64 of 35 deliveries. Impactful, striking at 182.9.
He was so good, he had to retire him.
Oh, absolutely. They wanted to give opportunities to the other batters as well. Hamad Mirza, 69 of 36 deliveries, strike rate of 191.7. A few late flourishes. Zakaria Islam, 21 of 8 deliveries.
Oh, beautiful delivery. He's teasing the right-handed batter outside the off stump. That corridor of uncertainty at the moment. Narayana Satish not having any clue how to deal with that pace and swing.
And to add to that list is Vinayak Shukla as well, 19 of 13 deliveries. So runs for a lot of batters. They scored a total of 211 runs for the loss of 5 wickets, out of which one of the batter was retired out, that's Amar Kaleem. And when they came into bowl,
this time once again keeping it wide outside the right-hander off stump. Narayana Satish will have to do something different here. Immediately you see Abdul Rauf indicating
2 wickets for Faisal Shah, 2 wickets for Hasnain Ali Shah, 2 wickets for Nadeem, 1 wicket for Jitin Kumar Ramanandi, the late edition. So wickets on offer. It was the game against Hong Kong, China.
And this is certainly the right kind of noise that the team is making at the moment. Looking to charge down the track. It's a loud appeal. But then it's going to be absolutely brilliant here from Mohammad Imran. He's just conceded that one leg by. Otherwise, he's given absolutely nothing away. What a start here for IAS Invincibles. Majis Titans 1 for 0.
The young sensation, the new upcoming talent for IAS Invincibles, Mozair Raza, hasn't had that kind of a start that he would have wanted. And immediately following what he's done the entire season, taking a beating. The very first delivery goes for a boundary.
Gihan Cloete, he is looking for some runs here, and he's played 2 impactful innings already back to back. One on the all-important final of the D20, and now in the first innings that he played in the D10 was quite impactful. So looking to continue on a good note here, Gihan Cloete with a boundary to his name on the first ball of this over. Mozair Raza will have to adapt and adapt quickly, otherwise there's not much time here in a D10 contest. Can he look to swing the ball into the left-hander? Oh yes, he does. It's high up in the air, but he's cleared the infield, he's cleared the boundary line. It's going to be a 6 here. This is turning out to be a big over already for Gihan Cloete.
If you're not doing right on a wicket like this as a bowler, you're certainly out of form. It's that kind of a wicket where everybody's done well. Part-time bowlers, excellent. Mohammad Imran starts off with a maiden, and that's followed up with 10 runs from Mozair Raza. This is absolutely criminal from Mozair Raza. He's been a national hero. He's capped player, and that's where he has to be way more responsible than what he's doing at the moment.
Yeah, he'll still have to find that line and length very early. Looking to charge down the track, and this one's crunched towards the cover region. What a beautiful drive here from Gihan Cloete. Got down on one knee. It was absolutely picturesque.
Not really sure what's happening with Mozair Raza here. 14 runs of 3 deliveries on a wicket where there's so much of bounce, so much of movement. He's not getting any, and to add to misery, the umpire is tapping the danger area. So more troubles for Mozair Raza bowling from around the wicket.
Well, you gotta love Gihan Cloete at the moment, and that's what his shirt says as well. He's making the right kind of noise very early on in this tournament. Shuffling once again towards that cover region. This one's even quicker towards that cover boundary. He's found the middle of the bat, and he's seeing that ball like a beach ball at the moment.
He's got Gihan Cloete back into form. A man who is looking to, and he was struggling to find the middle of the bat all throughout the D20. Even that man of the match performance in the almost a semi-finale was almost of edges. And all of a sudden, facing Mozair Raza on a wicket which is in favour of the bowlers all evening. And all of a sudden, everything is coming from the meat of the bat. It's been that kind of a season for Mozair Raza.
Yeah, plenty of boundaries. The first 4 deliveries all gone for boundaries, dispatched. Apart from that first ball, which were lucky runs, everything else was powered through. This time deftly played. They're going to be rotating strike here, and one might say Mozair Raza might be glad that he's got into the other end, because he'll have a go at Narayana Satish now for that one remaining delivery.
The last thing that Muzahir Raza wants is runs from the bat of Narayana Satish, because that will be salt to misery. He's a premium pacer. He's not acting as one. And that's been the misery part that's been the very sad part for IAS Invincibles. Needs to stand up and needs to stand up really quickly. He's very talented, huge potential, just not doing justice to it.
Not to be the change-up. He's targeting the stumps, and Narayana Satish also dispatches Muzahir Raza for a boundary to end the over with. This is quite ordinary for Muzahir at the moment. The field up towards the onside, plays that lofted on drive, and he's going to get 4 to his name.
On a wicket where average score is somewhere around 60-65 runs. 23 runs come from an over of Muzahir Raza, and this is absolutely unacceptable. Out of desperation, IAS Invincibles have turned to Yasir Dur. He's been the magic hand for IAS Invincibles in tough times, and it is certainly a tough time because 23 runs came from that over of Muzahir Raza. 23 runs, believe it or not, on a wicket that has spoken for the bowlers all evening. And look at Yasir Dur immediately
answering the captain's call immediately. He is bowling the right line and length. The spongy bounce has been extracted by him. So he'll take a good look at that spot and try to bowl it once again in and around that area. Left-hander Gihan Cloete. Does he have an answer to that? Yes, he does. He's launched that into orbit. It's a good maximum towards the deep mid-wicket area. And he'll be very, very proud of that shot.
He's got some freedom from the Majis Titan. He's got the license. And he's got the license to thrill as well. 25 of 9 deliveries. He was struggling so far here in Oman. Wouldn't be able to say that he was the man to watch out for Majis Titans. And that's when he's got this kind of an innings for Majis Titans against IAS Invincibles. It all started with that over of Muzahir Raza.
So dispatched for a 6 in the second delivery and a couple of dot balls. And that's what Majis Titans don't want, especially when Gihan Cloete is in such good form at the moment. What they want are those singles to be taken. What they want is rotation of strike, because Narayana Satish doesn't need to be left out cold on the non-strikers, and Gihan Cloete will only know this too well, that in a short format game you would want to have a good partnership building. It's done in pairs. You need to hunt in pairs, and this one stand and deliver, showing the maker's label on the bat. Not that he has any on his bat at the moment. Oh yes, he does. He's got the old GM on it.
Not really. Not really.
No, that's not right, Satish. Yes, he doesn't have one label, but then he should be having one. What a brilliant strike, that one. Straight down the ground, as straight as an arrow.
Wonder where the bat manufacturers are at the moment. Gihan Cloete is looking for a partner. The way he's striking and striking clean here at the Oman Cricket Academy certainly deserves to have a good logo on his bat. Which one would you like to see, Amin?
Well, thinking it's come from South Africa, it has to be that Ixiga logo, if you know what I mean. This one's in the air and it's placed in the gap. He got a good bit of edge onto it and he cut it very ferociously towards that backward point boundary. So runs are flowing thick and fast for Majis Titans at the moment.
Doesn't matter where you bowl, you've unleashed the beast. And that's the saying that you would have learned as a youngster. Don't wake the beast up. The beast was sleeping so far. And Muzahir Raza has woken up the beast. Oh, this is going to be freebie. As many as 5 free runs. And the worst part is going to be that Yasir Dur will have to reload this one as well.
Losing the plot completely. The bowlers of IAS Invincibles, apart from that first over, which was actually quite a contrasting effort. The other two bowlers who have probably not gotten the memo.
Having a quick word with Yasir Dur is Muzair Raza at the moment. 22 runs of 5 deliveries. Inching close to the 50-run mark. It's angled to fine. And it's going to be a quick single. Trouble continues for Abdul Rauf, the new stand-in captain. 3 overs done, 47 without losing a wicket.
Ali Imran is probably got a job or two to do over here for his team, because the other two bowlers have gone for runs, and quite a lot of runs as a matter of fact. Gihan Cloete will have to deal with the slower bowlers now. One makes you wonder why Shehzad has not been introduced into the attack. Normally it would be the usual ploy, second over by Shehzad in the power play, and that's how they go about things in the 20-over game. In a 10-over game, he would be quite economical as well. So you give him an over in power plays and then probably use him towards the end.
Believe it was a brain fade movement for Abdul Rauf, the stand-in captain, to give Muzair Raza, because that is what has unleashed the beast. Gihan Cloete, the entire D20, he didn't contribute much. Came into the D10, he was still silent. And then came this game against IAS Invincibles. All of a sudden, after the first over, don't forget the first over was a maiden. Majority of that over was played by Gihan Cloete.
Big shot from the right-hander, Narayana Satish. Now this guy is an absolute talent, a youngster, and he's probably proving to his partner on the other end that if you can strike the ball well, I can do so too. What a good boundary. It's a statement boundary towards the mid-wicket area.
Limited opportunities for the young sensation, young talent, and responding really well is Narayana Satish. Majis Titans have invested well in a few youngsters. Aryan Bisht, he's done really well. Now Narayana Satish responding well as well.
A lot to do about the intent as well from the batters. Once they come out, they know it's a shorter format of the game. But it's not only about swinging and swinging hard. It's about making and putting some method to the madness that D10 has for you. Oh, down the ground. This one's crunched. A fielder out there. But at the moment, everything is from the middle of the bat.
Wonder how can we justify this, because the previous two games, the side that were batting was struggling. All the four sides, no answer. Struggling and struggling big. And all of a sudden, Majis Titans have enjoyed. Probably the pace is not hitting the length hard. 4 overs done, 54 without losing a wicket. In comes Shehzad from the Oman LNG end. Desperate times calls for desperate measures. This is one of them for IAS Invincibles.
Yeah, they certainly seem to have missed a trick here. Shehzad is a far more accurate bowler than the other two operators who have come before this, because all of them have gone for runs, including Ali Imran as well. D10 probably isn't that sort of a game, or isn't that sort of a format where matchups might be put into play, because the batters have just one thing on mind. Oh, this one is aerial as well, but the fielder out there from long off. But look at the running between the wickets, the calling and the conviction, as well as the response from both the two batters have been excellent. But what tardy fielding effort as well.
Nothing's going right for Muzair Raza at the moment. Not doing well with the ball in hand in the field. Very lethargic. That was never a two. Cricket is a very difficult game. Days when things are not working for you, they just don't work. And they continue to work bad. Outside edge, over the third. This is going to be a handy boundary. It was a tight over so far.
It's that sort of a day. Everything that he's touching is turning into gold here. The left-hander, the southpaw from South Africa, Gihan Cloete. He's making merry out there in the centre. 44 of 18 deliveries. He's striking way above 200 at the moment. 60 for no loss, Majis Titans, and one might think we might be in for some entertainment further.
16, no time. On a wicket where average score is somewhere around 60 to 65, they've reached that even before the halfway mark. Trouble times for IAS Invincibles. Outside edge once again working in favour of Gihan Cloete. This is going to be only a couple. And what that means is 46 of 20 deliveries for Gihan Cloete.
Eyeing that milestone now, Gihan Cloete, in teasing distance of the milestone. He's got ample amount of time in order to do this. Shehzad, he's gone for 8 in his over. Can he manage to pluck one for his team, pull back something for his team? Oh, this is down the ground, and he's done it.
Exactly what the doctor ordered, and this time the doctor was Amin Wagle. Can he pluck one for the team? Yes. The only problem is it wasn't direct.
Yeah, it was a bump ball. Oh, this is absolutely insane out here. Entertainment and drama. We're having fun watching all this stuff unfold here. 5 overs gone at the halfway stage. 62 for the loss of no wickets, Majis Titans.
What a sparkling start from Majis Titans. 62 or just 5 overs. When we Mudassir at the right time to join. With Gihan Cloete showing his class. Slow P by the wicket keeper. What a brilliant knock Gihan Cloete has played so far.
This is what happens. After a brilliant start, the first over going for just 1 run, Muzair Raza came in and opened that floodgate. After that, Yasir Dur went for plenty of runs. So was Ali Imran. Shehzad going for runs. Now Imran bowling that beamer, a no ball. 5 runs added to the total. The flying start has been provided. The bulk of the runs came from Gihan. Satish contributing with 9 runs, couple of boundaries to his name. 67 for no loss. We are still not a single legal delivery bowled in this over. 5 overs gone.
All the hard work done by Mohammad Imran. Once again, it's outside the off stump. It's a wide delivery, helping Majis Titans to go for the more runs on the board. And this is perhaps the best knock we have seen from Gihan Cloete, if you're talking about technically. Apart from that, it's the innings he played in the D20, 44, not out. But this looks to be much better, much controlled, and all cricketing shots.
Oh, brilliantly bowled. Jamil Bhain, you must agree, but whatever I'm going to say is, we have seen so many players spending a lot of time in this region, but still struggle to get runs on these surfaces. Gihan played D20 before this tournament, got an opportunity, batted at number one position, number 3, number 4. Now he understood how the surface is going to behave and he's applying himself. Technically, he's a very sound batter. He has that class to get those runs. It was just a matter of time. Now he's adjusting to the surface.
Totally agree with you. Yes, it is like that. Nicely played. Couldn't pierce the gap between cover point and gully. Was right thing to leave part the first over from Imran. He did not allow him to come, but the second over, first delivery, he come and start attacking the bowler and succeeded in that one to Majees. 23 runs in the first over. And from then on, he's not stopped yet.
All about the intent, that positive approach. 1 hit away from a milestone.
Played it out. Once again, it's boundary, and what a time for him to celebrate first 50 of this D10. Brilliant batting from him. 53. He's still batting on. Took the cue from the IAS Invincible bowlers and makes Majis Titan a bit comfortable with that brilliant 50 from him.
Oh, what a drive. They're enjoying the way he's getting those runs. It's number 9. On the back of his t-shirt, it's not Gihan, it's a love written. Love Gihan. 50, fastest 50. And the only 50 so far. Cheeky, but he finds the boundary. One down the ground, the other one behind the wicket here. Back-to-back boundaries.
When you have so much confidence, Mudassir playing all the shots in your kitty, you can go for the odd shots like this one. Just coming towards the offside and just scooped it towards the fine leg boundary for another 4.
Just wanted to know, who was the scout who brought in Adams and Gihan to this part? Brilliant move here by Majis Titans, getting such a talented player who is making difference in every game. The way he's getting those runs, we have seen the last couple of games of D20 against Yala Shabab, and in the final he got those crucial runs. He remained unbeaten against Royal Oman's Challenge in the final. Change of pace, keeping it away, Imran. So a lot of hard work has been put in by the supporting staff of Majis Titans, and 10 out of 10 for picking this lad.
Yeah, absolutely. Yes, Gihan Cloete and Adam Frisco. I don't know what level of cricket they were playing in South Africa, but here, the moment he arrived here, intentions were clear from Frisco. The first match he played, about 40 runs, mighty sixes.
Making room and no stopping. The floodgates are open here at Oman Cricket Academy. It's raining boundaries from the blade of Gihan. 6 overs gone, and look at that score. Majis Titans, a blistering start, 10 wickets in hand, 81 on board.
What a blistering start from Majis Titans. 81 for no wicket. Only 6 overs on board, and it's Gihan Cloete who is showing his class that he is from South Africa. Blistering knock so far, Mudassir.
So he has lit up this Oman Cricket Academy the way he got those runs now. Narayana Satish trying to go big in the air, fielder settling, and at last some relief. No mistake by the fielder at deep mid wicket. It was Rana Singhe and Madhava getting better of Narayana Satish.
Finally, the first breakthrough desperately needed for IAS Invincibles. So 81 for 1. First breakthrough for IAS Invincible. But the man who destroyed their bowling is still there. And immediately, wicket number 2. But this is something happening this morning, up to afternoon and now in the night as well. 2 successive wickets in 2 deliveries. So wicket number 2 for Majis Titans.
Back-to-back wickets going down, and Madhava, late introduction. And all of a sudden, Majis Titans losing 2 quick wickets here. Adams came in, said hi, hello to Gihan, and walks back to the hut. A golden duck, 81 for the loss of 2.
So 2 wickets in 2 ball and hat-trick ball from Madhava. Smashed it through the cow's corner. Slight fumble there, and results 2 runs.
Not easy to grip the ball, and having a trouble time is Yasardur, but Gihan, coming from South Africa, made his international T20 debut against Zimbabwe in 2018. Thanks to Amin Wagle providing all the details regarding Gihan Cloete. And he played a couple of T20I against Pakistan as well. 33 years old Gihan. What an entry for Gihan here in Oman.
Was not very good in the initial stages of the game. Sun coming down the wicket and luckily escaped. Suddenly things are going totally the other way, Mudassir.
Jamil bhai, you have played a lot of cricket, the first class cricket back in Pakistan, here as well. Even a good batter who is struggling to find his form. When he middles couple of deliveries, you can immediately know that yes, he's a talented batter. He has that class, and Gihan is a kind of a batter. The day one when he came out to bat, though he was struggling to get those big scores, but it clearly shows he's here to make the difference. And Asif Baloch make a mistake here. An easy 4 runs for Gihan. He moves to 62 in just 27 balls. 7 overs gone, 88 for the loss of 2. So much information coming in regarding Gihan, and we have quite a few supporters in the comment box. 170 first class games experience he has, and one more time thanks to Amin Wagle and Pranav Mehta. He's lost somewhere. Ali Imran has been reintroduced. 17 deliveries, 38 needed. Can he get
The landmark you're talking about?
Yes, 100. All he needs to do is get at least 5 to 6 maximums.
This is what he's trying to get. Well, I think ball is coming to his bat wherever he's going, to be honest with you. And it's time when the batter is in so much form, things goes always with his favor.
These young boys in the com box, they never played tape ball cricket. If you have ever played tape ball, the calculation is simple. 6 balls get 36 runs.
Yeah, target is that. At least 20 you get out of that.
And drops. And top of that, a maximum. Everyone is praying for Gihan. Ali Imran dejected, not getting that support from Shahzad Rahim. Gihan survives.
He's toying with the bowlers, Gihan, at the moment. That was a simple chance. And instead of catching it, went for 6. Once again, thrashed it towards the deep mid-wicket for single. Maybe the first team will cross 100 mark. Today's matches we have gone through all the day.
Jamil bhai, after this 2 overs left, 31 needed for Gihan. Your options as a captain, to whom do you want to give that final 2 overs?
Imran had completed this 2 overs already. Maybe Muzahir
For what?
to get his century closer to that one.
But you need to back your premier fast bowlers. Yes, there are times when you go for runs, but also there are times when you get those wickets for your team. 96 for the loss of 2, 8 overs gone.
So Pasandu is a good bowler. He will try to get him out, Gihan, because he's not totally free for attacking.
Damage has been done already. 96 for the loss of 2. Last 2 overs, how many more they can add? A beautifully bowled. Running hard to Vijay Ratne, but they'll settle for just a single. And not to remember from Gihan Cloete. First over, the first delivery he faced, he took that single. Next 5 deliveries for dot. Satish was struggling against Imran. But after that, the second over going for plenty of runs, 19. Yasser Dur going for 25. Drill down the ground, no stopping. 4 runs for Vijay Ratne. He joins the party and 100 comes up for Majis Titans.
Absolutely fantastic batting display by Majis Titans batter, spearheaded by Gihan. This time over to the long on boundary, 4 runs. Wicket seems to become more easy now for the batters.
What a delivery, what a delivery. And now looking at this bowling card, Jamil bhai, Ali Imran, he bowled quite economical. 2 overs 15. Shahzad Rahim just 1 over, gone for 8. Pasindu Madhava into his second over, given away just 11, got 2 wickets. The 2 bowlers who went for those runs, Muzahir Raza 1 over 23, Yasser Dur 1 over 23. So in 2 overs they got 46 runs. The remaining 6.3, 39 deliveries, all they could manage is just 55 runs.
Apart from that, both Pasindu is always a very good bowler. All the time he bowled well, not getting batters to come on to him.
So far a tight over. Gihan off strike. Another one played down the ground. Now 3 bowlers are in contention to bowl that final over. Muzahir Raza has 1 over left. Yasser Dur and Shahzad Rahim. Your option?
Maybe Shahzad Rahim, the right choice.
And also brave move, keeping in mind 2 left-hand batters and left-arm orthodox bowling. But he made sure not to come into the left-hand batters. That is the reason these 2 are finding it hard to take Madhav out of the park. Goes for the reverse shot, misses the line completely. Abdul Rauf having some fun with Gihan. But what a spell. Madhava 2 overs, 12 runs, couple of wickets. 9 overs gone, 1 or 2 for the loss of 2. Final over, 102. 114 is the highest team total so far in this tournament. Started with a wide, way outside the off stump.
Everybody is afraid of bowling within the range of Gihan Cloete's bat. So bowl away from the bat, that is the right thing to do. Or bowl in the block holes.
Jamil bhai, you can see there. Oh, well adjusted. No protection towards the deep square leg. Mujahid Raza tried his best. But 4 runs for Vijay Ratne and more runs for Majis Titans. An interesting field setup. You can see there is no short third. In fact, the short third is at the boundary rope. No protection at deep square leg. He tried his best. Raza just not able to keep the ball in play. One more time, going down on one knee, just a single. So the highest team total is 114 if I'm not wrong. My request our stats boy Pranav Mehta to have a look and give us the details about which team scored that 114. I think it was Renaissance. Oh, beautifully bowled, well managed and excellent fielding by Yasser Dur.
Well, 109. Started with the flashing drives through covers, maximum sixes by Gihan Cloete, and is still there. What a knock he has played for Majis Titan. This time flicked away beautifully, and the fielder is after it, and they go for the 2.
Never. There was a second run, trying to keep the strike, and the third wicket goes down, the 2 of Vijay Ratne. So the score will be 110 for the loss of 3.
A bit little hesitation for the second run. It was a bit late, but finally got run out. Wicket number 3 for Titans. Two legal deliveries left, and Spadullah coming in, smashing. What a brilliant fielding, right on the fence, saves at least 2 runs.
Adnan, the batter, off the mark with couple of runs. So 114 SFT on day 1. They posted that total.
Last ball beaten outside the off stump. So 112 runs by Majis Titans. 113 is the target for IAS Invincibles. We'll have to see how much score IAS Invincible going to do. Wicket is playing beautifully, Mudassir.
What a wonderful knock. Top of this batting card is Gihan Cloete, not out 71 of just 33 balls. And the other batter struggled. It clearly shows the class of Gihan Cloete. You can see Satish 10 of 12 and Vishwa Vijay Ratne 13 balls 14. 3 wickets going down, 15 extras given away by IAS Invincibles, and in their allotted 10 overs, Majis Titans, they managed 112.
For the bowling figures, only 2 wickets from Pasidhu, who always bowled well, getting wickets, 2 for 12. No other bowler has shown some class. Mohammad Muzair, 1 for 23. And it is Mohammad, 1 for 23. No bowler has had any impact on Gihan Cloete, to be honest with you. He's the one who destroyed the entire bowling of IAS Invincibles.
Came out with all guns blazing here, especially against Muzahir Raza getting 23, and in the very next over of Yasser Dur, he belted him out of the park a couple of times. Look at that beautiful shot, cut hard towards that point region, and Satish, beamer from Imran, and this was a beautiful stroke. 50 for Gihan Cloete in the process. Was a one-man army for Majis Titans. Plenty of runs came from Gihan, though a couple of boundaries were managed by Vijay Ratne. This was the end of Vijay Ratne trying to go for the second run, falling short of the crease. At the end, all they could manage is 112. We'll dive into a short break. Once we are back, it will be chase on for IAS Invincibles.
He has climbed that one well. Catches the ball straight in.
Beautiful ball.
Edged away. Yes, it is. He has timed that one well. Catches the ball straight in.
Beautiful ball.
Edged away. Yes, it is.
And it's a good evening once again. It's the second innings, and what a classic encounter we have on our hands. Two big teams, Majis Titans taking on IAS Invincibles, and we've seen an absolute belter of a first innings here. 112 for 3 is what Majis Titans ended up with on the back of that 71 runs from 33 ball effort from Gihan Cloete. A few runs also from the other batters in that Majis Titans lineup, but then it was that bowling of IAS Invincibles who was looking quite hapless. 7.50, an economy of Mohammad Imran, possibly the best one who's completed 2 overs, and of course Pasindu, he's got 2 wickets to himself for 12. Otherwise, the rest of the bowlers went for a beating. Muzahir Raza, Yasir Dur all went for plenty in their solitary overs. Things will be looking very difficult if IAS Invincibles certainly do not proceed to score very quickly and are a little late off the blocks. And just about the right time to introduce my co-commentator Pranav Mehta in the com box.
Thank you so much. I mean, what a night this is going to be. IAS Invincibles versus Majis Titans. Really feel that probably Majis Titans have got probably 60 runs too many in a T10 competition. Hamilton Dale immediately into the action. And all of a sudden you see a little bit of an extra bounce. They're appealing. Don't really think anything has happened here.
But asking questions straight away, Hamilton Dale, and he's that sort of a bowler who will look to break through very early on in the innings. He's a classical opening new ball bowler. Swing, pace, bounce, everything good there. And he has the ability to strike wickets at the right moments.
Rauf, the stand-in captain, has a big responsibility, big role. Courtesy of those 2 overs. 46 runs in those 2 overs. Muzahir Raza, Yasir Dur, 23 apiece, 2 culprits. And if you remove those 46 runs from this score line, pretty mediocre.
Oh, he struck that really well. If the Majis Titan openers did a good job, and Abdur Rauf will be no less. And that was a powerful strike towards the leg side.
The very first delivery of Hamilton Dale strikes Rauf, showcasing the quality and pace attack of Hamilton Dale. The very next delivery, Rauf shows his class, pulling the ball well, back of length, and it was an impactful delivery that was rushed to the boundary.
He'll have to make a comeback now, Hamilton Dale. They've got some good runs on the board, and they've got plenty to defend with, plenty to play with Majis Titans. A good wicket or 2 here would certainly be curtains. Oh, this one's driven towards the covers very, very hard. Straight into the hands of the fielder, though, after a couple of bounces, making intentions very clear that they're going to strike and strike hard here at the bowlers of Majis Titans.
Really feel that this is that kind of a wicket where you need to hit the deck hard. Yes, you will get those few pull shots or few cross-batted shots, but if you're courageous enough to bowl short and bowl back of length, they're always going to be getting those wickets, asking those difficult questions to the batters, and you're going to be doing well. And that is something that both those bowlers didn't do. Muzahir Raza and Yasir Dur. Everybody else hit the wicket hard.
Coming into this game with an impressive pace battery, Majis Titans. They've got Abid Khan, they've got Ubaidullah. Himal Chandil is in operation at the moment. Keeping it away from the arc, keeping it away outside the off stump of Abdur Rauf.
And then you're missing on Jan Shafiq.
Shafiq Jan.
So 4 pretty decent pace bowlers. And that's where it's not going to be really easy for IAS Invincibles. They'll have to get a lot of runs. 112 for Majis Titans. Do not forget that the first over was a maiden from Mohammad Imran. So 9 overs, 112 runs. Himal Chandil, 4 runs or 4 deliveries.
Oh, beautifully bowled. Straight into the block hole. Answering all sorts of questions here after being dispatched for a boundary on the second ball. He's come back very, very well. It's 3 dot balls in a row and 4 dot balls in this over so far.
Would love to see a bouncer to finish that over. Love that aggressive nature of fast bowlers. Pacers who have that extra bit of pace. Some extra bit of protection on the leg side. Mid-wicket comes into the picture. There is a deep square leg. There is a mid-on. There is a short fine. Third is on the boundary. So ample protection for a short ball.
Back of length and keeps it away. 1 bounce to the fielder who was at the boundary ropes patrolling around the third man area. And it's going to be only a single to end the over. Just 5 runs. So one would say it's a good start for Majis Titans and not so much for IAS Invincibles. But they've gotten a boundary to themselves. 5 for no loss after 1.
It's going to be Abidullah that is going to be coming into the attack from the Oman tail end. The younger brother of the very famous Bilal Khan. Huge potential. Almost scared to use the word huge potential. Used it for Muzahir Raza and he went for plenty.
Oh, this one skied up in the air. This time the potential is going to hold true because that one's straight away deposited into the hands of Ubaidullah. Abid Khan strikes and it's a big wicket of Abdur Rauf who was looking dangerous straight away.
Incredible bowling by Abid. Starts off with a slower delivery. Very courageous and very smart to be bowling that. And immediately Rauf, who had taken a lot of hitting. Stand-in captain was feeling the heat. And looking to unleash, he loses his wicket. Wicket of the very first delivery for Abid. What an incredible bowler. To have the presence of mind to bowl a slower delivery on the very first delivery, that's exceptional stuff.
At the toss, the captain Abdur Rauf did mention that the batting department was something that they lacked a lot. And at the same time, you can see that they have made some changes. Inside edge, barely missing the stumps. Going to be a wild throw to trap the non-striker heading into the striker's end.
One thing that IAS Invincibles would be looking for is the presence of Mehran Khan. Chasing 112. They would want probably Mehran Khan to do that kind of destruction which Gihan Cloete did to Muzahir Raza and then to Yasir Dur. The only issue is that all these four pacers of Majis Titans are a little quicker, and they're sharp, they're nippy, they're intelligent.
Oh, brilliant strike. He's made use of that power that he has. Usman Akil tried to clear the infield, but the ball didn't have enough legs, and the fielders of Majis Titans only too nimble. And they would have cut it off, but what's going to happen is they're going to get a couple of runs to their name. Abid Khan has started the over very well, and not many. What they can do from here onwards is to drive the boundaries, and the wickets will come. And that's how you progress in a tournament of this nature. Just 10 overs. And already plenty of drama in this innings and in the previous one as well. Beautifully dug out. It was a very, very sharp guided missile like Yorker from Abid Khan. The batter will be only too happy to get to the other end. Right then, plenty of work remaining to be done. That required run rate increasing with every passing ball. That is not a boundary at the moment. 12.5, nearly 12.5 runs per over needed. In contrast, they're going at 5.5, or shade under 5.5, and that's not going to be good enough.
You don't know the value of a player till you miss it. Certainly missing the services of Mehran Khan at the moment. He was the stand-in captain and he was doing exceptionally well as a leader for IAS Invincibles. And all of a sudden, Mehran out of the equation, Rauf stand-in. And 112 on the board by Majis Titans. The Majis Titans that are missing its primary players, Amir Kaleem. Who else is it missing? Wasim Ali?
Wasim Ali, Aryan Bisht. Oh, shot. Oh, this was going to be quite a bit of an effort if Gihan Cloete would have gotten his hands onto it. He was flying towards the right. It's going to be lucky runs here for Rashmika Ranasinghe Patrange. But they'll take it nonetheless. A boundary to end the over of this Abid Khan over. 13 for the loss of 1 wicket. IAS Invincibles. Been a while since we've seen Shafiq Jan employ his trade out there. He's been looking to bowl with that fiery pace that he has. He's got good change-up deliveries as well. But what's more important is he wants to be keeping those batters quiet. Usama Akil can be very destructive on his day. At the moment, he's looking to take a wild swing.
Oh, they're pushing for the second, and they'll get it convincingly. 2 runs in terms of buys. And it continues to get that steep bounce even in the second innings. So that's a confirmation that IAS Invincibles have bowled really poorly.
And you also got to factor in that contribution from Gihan Cloete. And you did mention spongy bounce, and there has been some sort of a due. Oh, this one's cleared the infield. He looked to keep it aerial. He looked to clear the infield by using elevation to his advantage. Usama Akil is now looking very comfortable out there in the centre. He's played that from the middle of the bat.
They'll need a lot more of these from Usama Akil. 7 or 4 at the moment. But they're climbing a mountain that is as high as Mount Everest. 94 required in 7.4 overs. That is a required run rate of 12.26. Basically, 2 boundaries, probably a maximum every over. Needs a maximum. It is going to be runs and it's going to be a boundary. So back-to-back boundaries for Osama Akil and IAS.
Well, runs are welcome in any form and manner as far as the wickets don't keep falling, and there are reasonable risks being taken, especially in an over such as this one, because Shafiq Jan is looking to target the stump. So if you manage to clear the infield, things will start looking good in your favour as a batter. With that field placements, there is plenty of real estate around that inside out shot. And straight away you see change in the field. You see long off being dropped back to the boundary ropes. You've got that deep cover. Square leg comes inside the circle, looking to target the stumps.
One thing that you get with Majis Titans is that 4 good quality pacers, and they're going to be hitting that hard length. Yes, 2 back-to-back boundaries, but they're not going to be leaving that hard length. They're going to stick there. And that's where IAS Invincibles are going to be consistently challenged to score runs.
4 good quality pacers and 4 different sort of pacers to deal with. You've got one left armer. You've got Hemal Tandil, who's absolutely express and swinging. You've got Shafiq Jan, who comes in like a bodybuilder towards you. And then, of course, you've got the knack and tardiness of Ubaidullah, who loves to mix things up. So plenty of variety as far as the pace department for Majis Titans is concerned. It's a good headache to have for the captain.
Good quality, seriously good quality for Majis Titans. Yes, they have lost those 3 very important batters for Majis Titans.
Edged.
Short.
And it's past the keeper. It's going to be a boundary.
Just bowling back of length, Shafiq Jan leaks the 3rd boundary of the over, but still just 13 runs of it, just around the required 100 mark, and IES will have a smile with those 13 runs. It was short, a little bit of an outside edge over the wicketkeeper, and that's probably one of the safest areas to play it. 3 overs done, 28 for the loss of 1. Three overs, 28 for 1. I mean, what's your thought? How can IAS make a game out of this? They have a mountain to climb, 85 of 7 overs.
Just like that. And that's all that's needed. They need a few more of these, and they need that big over. And this was the fear in me for the Majis Titans, and that Ubaidullah over is going to be absolutely key, because he doesn't offer as much pace as the other 3 bowlers are offering. If Osama Akil looks to line him up, it's going to be a very, very long night for him. The next 2 overs for Ubaidullah's in specific.
So you're basically comparing Ubaidullah with Muzahir Raza, and that's how they should handle Ubaidullah. Go after him, throw the kitchen sink at it. The only difference was Gihan Cloete and his quality. He was able to do that consistently. Oh, what a delivery. What a delivery. Just when you said Ubaidullah doesn't offer that kind of a pace, what a delivery was that from Ubaidullah. Rising on to Osama Akil, right on his helmet, swinging into the right-hander, and no chance whatsoever.
Well, my concern is about that spongy bounce, and Ubaidullah with that tardy pace will provide just the amount of pace for Usama Akil to swing, get rock onto his back foot and swing hard. Have a look at that. This one's hit flush on the helmet, but then just a check or two by the umpires and everything is good to go once again. Ubaidullah will have to learn. He'll have to provide those change-up deliveries far too often. He's a very accurate bowler, so that's one thing going for him. In the previous game, he was the man of the match, and not for any ordinary effort. It was a good effort of 3 wickets or so.
Short. And this is only going to be a single to long off. What you get with Ubaidullah is that he's going to hit the deck hard, and with the ball coming into the arc of the right-hander, if the right-hander misses, he will hit. And that's always going to be a concern. So he's a wicket-taking bowler. The only reason why Yasir Dur and Muzahir Raza leaked so many runs is because they never look to hit the surface. This is a spongy kind of a wicket, and that's where it's not just their mistake.
Change of pace, and immediately you can see it's very, very effective. And those are the kind of deliveries Ubaidullah should be looking to bowl, because the other 3 bowlers are offering pure, raw pace, rather refined pace if I look at Hemal Tandil. But then the other 2 bowlers, Shafiq Jan has absolute muscle power. Abid Khan is pace and swing. Hemal Tandil is ballistic, but Ubaidullah, his key asset is those change-up deliveries, and all of a sudden you will find things looking very different. The batters finding it very difficult to adjust to the kind of deliveries that he offers.
This is going to be really interesting. Usama Akil is looking to throw the kitchen sink at almost everything. Big shot inside edge. This is going to be in favour of Usama Akil. It's going to be 4 valuable runs. Runs flowing for IAS Invincibles at the right time.
Yes, absolutely. And they'll be glad about it, because you've got a maximum and now a boundary. So 12 runs off it. So meeting that requirement of the required run rate. IAS Invincibles at the moment in this over. That'll only do them a world of good. Can they finish this over off well with another boundary? If they can do so, things might just shift in favour of the IAS Invincibles, because this is nearing the end of the 4th over and they are on 40 for the loss of 1 wicket.
Need a wicket here. Ubaidullah is a wicket taker. 12 runs off this over, and what a delivery. Right in the block hole, outside the off stump. And that is a brilliant finish to that over of Ubaidullah. Yes, expensive. 12 runs of it. 4 overs done, 40 for the loss of 1. So it is going to be Jan Shafiq that is going to be bowled out. He's going to continue from the Oman LNG end. They need a wicket here, especially for Usama Akil. He's looking dangerous. 23 of 12. He hasn't performed for a very long time. Rashmika on strike. Outside edge, and this is working in favour of IAS Invincibles. Working on edges, doesn't matter. Score counts.
Yeah, well, certainly from the combox, it looked as if he was wielding a sword. It was a one-handed effort from Rashmika Ranasinghe. Have a look at that. It was directed right at the stumps, keeping it a shade bit away outside the off stump though. Full delivery, and he just managed to get a little bit of his bat onto it, and that was more than enough for him to score 4 runs. This is going to be a crucial over, a make or break over that was going to set the course for IAS Invincibles for the next half of this innings, because they've done well, and immediately you can see that the kind of field placements, Majis Titans seems to be going on a defensive mode. Third man at the boundary.
That's a good line. Full outside the off stump, and Rashmika just not able to get underneath it, but this is a good good strategy by IAS. Rashmika striking at 200. Osama Akil just around the 200 mark. And this is a good bit of partnership that is being stitched at the moment.
What they're doing is they're tempting the batter to go for that cow corner shot. And with the bowler targeting the stumps, that's always going to be a disaster waiting to happen.
Jan Shafiq. Block hole. Single to long off. Talking about temptations, how tempted would IAS Invincibles be to probably send in Muzahir Raza for the next wicket? He's a good clean striker of the cricket ball.
Oh yes, absolutely. He is a good striker of the ball. He's got long levers and he certainly got an aggressive mindset. And for the kind of task at hand, it certainly seems to be the right ploy. He's done it before. It's nothing new. In the air, straight into the hands. It's a wicket for Shafiq Jan. Just when we were talking about sending in Muzahir Raza, Osama Akil obliges. And he's made a handy innings out of this. 12 ball 23, so not wasting too much time out there in the centre. He's made an impact. IAS Invincibles are not yet out of this contest though.
He's known for playing short cameos, and that's just the night that he's had. Osama Akil not able to make it a big innings here. That is exactly what IAS Invincibles required. Just at the right time. It is Majis Titans that have picked a very valuable wicket here. 2 wickets down at 45 at 4.4.
Four balls into this over, a boundary already, but then what's important is they've seen the back of Osama. Out walks Anis Rahman. Oh, what a beamer of a delivery. This is not going to look pretty on the screens. Shafiq Jan missing his mark all the way. It's going to be a no ball and a free hit. Along with that, it's also a boundary.
Complaining to the umpire, Gihan Shafiq, that the batsman was charging at me and I did not like it. He's an angry young man. And this is exactly what happened. He was always looking to take the batter out of the equation. What a delivery. Right at him. No chance whatsoever. Good reflexes from Anis Rahman, who just walked in to get out of the way.
That's an aggressive statement, taking the batter out of the equation.
That was exactly what was happening. I'm just describing the way it was.
Oh, he was livid. He was livid. You know, it's a boundary. It's a no ball. It's a free hit. And it's a very, very angry bowler, Shafiq Jan. Oh boy, what a character. Coming in once again. And he's hit that towards the cow corner region. The ball is travelling. And a good effort in vain by the fielder.
What an effort from Ubaidullah. He's just bowled a good over here. And all of a sudden, putting in that hard yards at the boundary line. Yes, completely in vain though. Putting in a full stretch dive, and that's extremely good to see from a fast bowler of his likings. Here with an intent, Anis Rahman. Full toss, and it's only going to be driven for a single. 5 overs done. 55 for the loss of 2. IAS are still fighting here. In comes a young lad, Narayana Satish. He will be very much aware that he's going to be the targeted bowler. It's that kind of a format. The Oman D10. Nobody is an exception here. 56 for the loss of 2. IAS are fighting a battle here. Dancing down the track, connected well. This ball is travelling and it's going to be travelling all the way. Narayana Satish, he was the targeted bowler and this is going to be going for a maximum from the bat of Rashmika.
So they have lost 2 wickets, still in the hunt thanks to Patranage dancing down the track. And this is the over. They need to capitalize on this over. A youngster, the experienced Patranage. Oh, what a reply by the young Satish. Clever piece of bowling. Brave enough yet again. Flighted delivery, but this time keeping it away from the right-hand batter. And Gihan Cloete making no mistake.
What a moment. What an incredible moment for the Majis Titans. And especially for the young gun, Narayana Satish. Courageous enough to flight the delivery in the arc of Rashmika. He misses and Gihan Cloete does not miss any. So Rashmika's small stint comes to an end. 21 of 10 deliveries for him. And it's going to be Shehzad that is going to be walking in. Really feel that this was a right opportunity for probably somebody like Muzahir Raza to come to the middle. He's a clean striker of the cricket ball, Mudiba. Certainly deserved Muzahir Raza to be in the centre at the moment.
In the previous game also he got those quick runs. Yes, he had a bad day with the ball in the first innings, but he's a young all-rounder. One advice I would like to give to Muzahir Raza is he needs to find a coach or even a senior player from Oman national team. Spend some quality time with him. Forget about the nets, forget about batting or bowling. Just sit next to the players, talk to them. Loud appeal and the finger goes up. Oh, what an over. No stopping. Narayan Satish got runs in the first innings. Now back-to-back wickets.
We are talking about Muzahir Raza. Probably it's the right time for Muzahir Raza to walk in because Shehzad was in a hurry. A shuffle across the line and struck right in front of the stumps. Narayana Satish will complete the proceedings with a good bit of appeal. This was not going to be missing probably the middle of middle as well. So wickets falling in a hurry here for IAS Invincibles. Four down for 62. Muzahir Raza comes to the middle. It's the right kind of evening for him. He'll be pumped. And it's the hat-trick delivery for Narayana Satish. Action always on offer here at the Oman Cricket Academy. This is the Oman D10. Narayana Satish charging in. Watchful is Muzahir Raza. He will get off the mark.
What a comeback by young Narayan Satish. And me and Jamil Bhai, we were standing and watching this game during our break, and there was one boy of Majis Titans, the 12th man, was doing the rounds, and I said hi, hello to the young boy, and I asked for his name. It was Vignesh the leggy, who was sensational in the under-16 ACC trophy, which was held in the month of March in Qatar. So not only it's about getting the seniors, but also they're grooming the youngsters. It's always a good sign for the future of this game here in Oman. 6 overs gone, 64 for the loss of 4.
64 for 4, but most importantly 49 required of 4 overs. Big shot on the leg side, in the gap, and it's 4 runs. So IAS are still fighting a battle here against Majis Titans. 49 required of 4, not really, 45 required of 3.5.
Still gettable. Under 12 runs per over needed after that boundary. What a hit by Anas. All they need to do is bat sensibly. Yes, you'll get those looseness. Just don't throw away your wicket. These two can get you those quick runs. Muzahir Raza and Anas, they need to have that belief to believe in themselves. 45 of 23 balls. Change of pace, so beautifully bowled.
And what has happened here is that with what has happened with Muzahir Raza and Dur, this has given the freedom for IAS batters. This has brought the best of IAS batters out in the middle. Intent. They've been positive. The shot making very clear. They want runs.
They need to get another 10 in next 4 deliveries. The good news is Tandil is bowling his final over.
This has gone straight up in the air. It's going to be in the gap. Will it travel to the boundary? A slide is not able to save it. So 4 valuable runs continue to flow for IAS Invincibles.
It was in the air and it took a lot of time to reach that boundary rope, and took a lot of time was Abid. And look at that. The last minute the ball just changing his direction, and it was a really tough one for Abid. But the good news for Anas is he has got that 4 runs, 41 of 21. Keep an eye on that required rate. It's 11.71.
And what's interesting is that just between that delivery, there was a big discussion between Muzahir Raza and Anas. And Muzahir Raza was very animated, giving perfect instructions to Anas Khan what is expected. Angled, and this is going to go to the boundary as well. This is valuable runs from the bat of Anas.
The first boundary on the very first ball, it was a proper connection. The second one, a big hit, top edge over the wicket keeper. Now, look at that class. Excellent timing and placement, not trying to hit it hard. They have got 12 runs, which was needed in every over from here onwards. And Muzahir Raza, yet again, he is having that conversation with Anas.
What do you think is he telling to Anas? Probably the senior partner, Anas? So what are the instructions coming from the youngster to the...
See, I like the way he always talked to his teammates. Even he had a bad game with the ball in the first, he went for 23, but in the next over when Yasir Dur was going for plenty of runs, he came all the way from that long off position and had a few pieces of advice to Yasir Dur. Oh, look at that rise. A bit animated, Muzahir Raza. He knows he did not bowl well. What is important for Raza and Yasir Dur is IAS Invincibles. They need to win this game. Just have that confidence back in them.
You still didn't tell me what would have been the advice to you.
I don't think so. It was an advice. I think he was telling Anas, thank you Anas, still we need to get 37 more runs. You need to bat. You need to be the rescue ranger for not only for IAS but also for me and Yasir Dur.
Right at the block hole. That's a good comeback from Hamilton Dale. 7 overs done, 77 for the loss of 4. 36 required in 3 overs. No complications, 12 runs per over. They're banking on the emotions of Anis Rahman at the moment. He's playing a blinder of a knock, 20 of 11 deliveries. Guided to backward point for a single. A lot of animated characters in the middle. One of them is Muzair Raza. The other is Ubaidullah. Jan Shafiq. They're all animated.
Oh, absolutely, and no panic button pressed in the dugout of Majis Titans, because good to see they're going with Narayan Satish. Oh, what an effort! Saving runs. Abhinav, the fielder, full length dive. Couple of runs were saved by Abhinav.
Certainly saved a couple of runs. That ball was travelling from that bat of Muzair Raza. Came from the middle of it. Just 2 balls in. Muzair Raza took a single of the first delivery and then a couple. He's one of those players who can make a difference.
Clever piece of bowling. And credit should be given to the captain of Majis Titans for trusting this youngster and responding to the call of the captain is Narayan Satish.
2 youngsters fighting a battle in the middle. Looking for a big one, not able to connect it at the moment is Muzair Raza. It's that kind of a night when all the mistakes of Muzair Raza can be wiped under the carpet. If he can finish this game for IAS Invincible. Can he is the question.
A ball travelling towards those ropes. A sprint by Shafiq Jan, couple of runs. Need to wait for that confirmation. Wide. So bonus runs, 3 runs added to the total.
It's a game of calm. Wonder who can keep that calm. 2 wickets for Narayana Satish. He's leaked 15 runs in his 10 deliveries that he's bowled. He still has 2 deliveries up his sleeve. Muzair can strike a big ball. Short just over the bowler's head. This ball is travelling and travelling very quickly to the boundary. What an incredible strike. Timely strike from Muzair Raza. They needed this boundary.
So simple. All you need to do is get 12 runs. They have got 8. In fact, 10 with that boundary. Thanks to Narayan Satish for bowling that wide delivery where they have got 3, now 4. Couple of runs, a single, 2 dot deliveries. 26 in the last 13. 12 runs per over from here onwards.
Short and outside edge. Jan Shafiq stretches. Muzair Raza is going to be departing back to the dugout. One of the prolific strikers of IAS Invincibles. He was required to stay in the middle. But at the right time for Majis Titans, Muzair Raza is going to be walking back to the dugout. He's distraught. He's devastated. He's very upset with himself. Why not?
I really don't understand. He was moving, shuffling toward the top stick channel. He could have easily gone toward that extra curve, but opting to go toward that leg side, and some bounce for Narayan Satish. Extraordinary catch taken by Shafiq Jan, who had an poor out in the first game, dropping a couple of chances. 87 for the loss of 4. Going into the final 2 overs. IAS Invincibles, they need 26. Narayan Satish, what a spell. 2 overs, 3 wickets and 19 runs. A match-changing spell by Narayan Satish.
.26 required of 12 deliveries. Abid comes in for the penultimate over. It's going to be that all-important floating power play. How much can they make out of this over? Slower delivery and out of the arc of Anis Rahman. This is a very important over. If they can get probably around 15, 16 runs in this over, this is This is a game to lose from there for Majis, for IAS Invincibles.
11 balls. Unless for sure he'll be looking for those maximums. Every dot delivery is a gold dust for Majis Titans. The previous over, a brilliant over from the leggy, going for just 10 runs, and he got better of Raza. And this over, Abid, bowling that all-important floating power play, started with a dot delivery.
Need a maximum here. Need a maximum. Staying out of the arc of Anis, and this is going to be required to re-bowl.
25. Last 11 legal deliveries left. Pressure mounting on both the parties here. We have already seen the last ball thrillers in Oman D20 just a week ago now. Second day of Oman D10. IAS Invincibles putting up some fight after going for plenty of runs in the first innings. It's Anas who's keeping the hopes alive. 21 of 13. Yasser Dur, the non-striker, and yet to face a delivery, making few adjustments. Gihan, that backward deep point comes inside. Short square leg goes back towards the deep square leg, and there is deep extra cover.
Few more changes in the field. Cover moves to mid-wicket. So extra bit of protection. Not able to understand the line and length which Abid is targeting with that kind of a field. Slower delivery, cut well. It's in the gap. Brilliant work from Abbas. Keeps it down to a couple. This is very good cricket from both the sides. Just not giving it up.
A smart piece of bowling, not offering that pace, keeping it simple. Anything fuller, he'll go over that extra cover. That is the reason he has pulled his length a little bit back. But what an effort coming from Abbas. They have got 3 runs in 2 deliveries, 23 in last 10.
Need a wicket here. Need a wicket, especially of Anis Rahman. Abid charging in, dancing down the track, and it's a maximum from the bat of Anis Rahman. He's keeping the hopes alive for IAS Invincibles. Timely maximum, because that will reduce the pressure. 17 required of 9 deliveries. If you ask me, IAS Invincibles are the favourites here.
The right time getting that maximum. Anas Rahman, look at that. Played with one hand, but still got a maximum. Change of pace, slight error coming into Anas, but full mark should be given to Rahman. But the way he adjusted himself, walking down the track, going down on one knee and targeting that shorter boundary towards that leg side. What a high scoring thriller we are witnessing here at Oman Cricket Academy. 96 for the loss of 5. 9 deliveries, still 17 needed.
He's bowling a lot of change of pace, and I don't think that the remaining deliveries from Abid are going to be any more change of pace. When you have that kind of a shoulder, my coach would say that, are you going to be taking your shoulders back home? Are they tired? Because you don't want to be using change of pace in a game like this when you can bowl full-blooded Yorkers. And that's exactly what is the need of the situation. Wide Yorkers. Take 2 fielders outside in the deep on the offside and bowl wide Yorkers.
And even if you can bowl those quicker deliveries towards the top stick channel, back of length, you can have a third man as well as deep extra cover or backward deep point. It makes no sense to have a deep square because these are the shorter boundaries. Even a half it will take you over those ropes. Backward point and deep extra cover, 2 fielders.
Inside out, and this is an opportunity. What a timely wicket for Majis Titans. Just when the game was shifting in favour of IAS Invincibles on the back of Anis Rahman. Anis Rahman is also going to be walking back to the dugout, striking at almost 200. Anis Rahman has kept the hopes alive.
Change of pace yet again. It was in the radar, but losing the grip. And Abhinav making no mistake. The right time, Abhi strikes. What are the options? It's Mohammad Imran who walks in. No Mehran Khan. They don't have the services of Mansoor Mazhar. Imran bowled quite well, but not known for his batting skills.
Certainly they're missing the services of Mehran Khan. Imagine if they had the availability of Mehran Khan with 9 balls to spare here. It would be absolutely gold dust. This is the exact position where Mehran can be utilized at its best.
How costly were those 2 overs in the first innings? 23 from Yasir Dur, 23 from Raza. Apart from that, 8 overs. They went only for 70 runs.
Big shot straight down the ground. It's brilliant fielding from Majis Titans and Ubaidullah. If you ask me, with passing time, Muzahir Raza is becoming a batting all-rounder. That's where his focus is. Because if you see the entire D20 and now the D10, except for that 5-wicket haul, nothing else has been in favour of Muzahir Raza. What an effort. What an incredible effort. Putting the body behind the ball. He might have hurt himself. There is a little bit of support that is coming in for Ubaidullah, but this is the commitment to the game that you want to see from a sports person.
That too from a fast bowler. What are the options, Pranav, going to the final over? Is Ubaidullah or Shafiq Jan?
Do not forget, Muzahir Raza, 23 runs. He's come in. He's not able to perform. Yasir Dur, another player who's given 23 runs. He has an opportunity to revive himself.
Gave 23. All you need is to get to 16. In return, last 6 balls.
6 ball 23, 7 ball 16. So an advantage in favour of Yasir Dur if he can do it here.
But looking calm and composed is Abid. 10 runs. They need to find a boundary here. Backward point, deep extra cover. 2 fielders outside the 30-yard circle.
Charging in is Abid. Wide Yorker. This is exactly what he needed to do from ball number 1. He will give a stare to the batter, but not much that the batter can do. He can only complain about it because that was a gem of a delivery. Finishes off with the dot ball. 9 overs done. 97 for 6. Most important, 16 required of the final 6 deliveries with 4 wickets in hand. It is going to be Ubaidullah who is going to be having the opportunity to bowl that final over. He'll have to keep IAS Invincibles 15 runs away from the target. They get 16, they're home. 15, it's a tie. Those are the 2 numbers in the mind of Ubaidullah. Up in the air, it's going to fall in no man's land. They're going to be pushing for the second. And it's going to be completed convincingly.
14 last 5. You need to be smart because these are 67, 68 meters boundary toward the leg side. And not offering much pace is Ubaidullah. You need to be innovative. Try to get runs behind the square. There's a big gap between fine leg and deep square leg. Shorter boundary towards the top side for Imran.
One thing is certain, none of these deliveries are going to be slower deliveries. Right in the block hole is where he was targeting. It was a big in-swinger onto the pads of Mohammad Imran. And that will be an opportunity for Yasir Dur. Imran will have a word with Yasir Dur, a piece of advice from the number 11 on most occasions to the man who struck a 50 when nothing was going in favor of IAS Invincibles.
It was a hard-fought 50 for Yasir Dur in Oman D20. This is completely different game now. 4 balls, 14, and Ubaidullah, player of the match in the final of D20, started this tournament with a 4-wicket haul, and he was player of the match, back-to-back player of the matches at this venue, one in Oman D20 final and one in Oman D10. First game for Majis Titans. He's looking confident, Pranav, with the ball, Ubaidullah.
Irrespective of the win and loss, IAS will count on a lot of confidence from this game. They won't want to finish on a winning note. Back of length and guided to the offside for a single. This is not going to be working in favor of IAS Invincibles. They need boundaries and only boundaries. 12 required of the final 3 deliveries. This has to be a maximum. Nothing else but a maximum.
Sonia yet so far for IAS Invincibles. Dejected. That is why, as a captain, I always says you need to know when and how to utilize your resources. You are having the someone like Pasindu and Shahzad Rahim. They were introduced late into the attack in the first innings. And Gihan already he did a lot of damage.
In the block hole, and this is absolutely goal from Ubaidullah. It will almost seal the deal. It is mathematical, still possible. 2 maximums is what is required at the moment. A maximum and a boundary might also do the trick. Can Yasir Dur strike gold? Do not forget, Mudipa, the most important part is that yes, Mozahir Raza and Yasir Dur never realized that they had to hit the back of length. But where was the advice from the management and the coaching staff? They had to be hitting the back of length area on a consistent basis. And that was what was missing from both those bowlers. Looking for a boundary is Yasir Dur here. Looking for a boundary, not really. It's mere formalities from here. Majis Titans, what an incredible win this is for Majis Titans. Yes, the confirmations will come after a delivery, but 11 required of the final delivery, and they will be starting to celebrate here.
Champions of D20. They were giving a tough time by IAS Invincible batters, but last 3 overs, Satish, Abid and Ubaidullah, 3 bowlers made sure not to give away more than 12 runs in their respective overs.
High up in the air, it's a fielder, and he will make a mess out of it. Not able to hold on to that opportunity, standing at backward point, and they'll scamper for a couple of runs. What has happened is that IAS Invincibles haven't allowed Majis Titans to dent their net run rate. But all said and done, this is a game that they should have won with the kind of effort they put in. Yes, those 2 overs from Mozahir Raza and Yasir Dur, that is going to be the topic point. That is going to be discussed for a very long time by the coaching staff and the management of IAS Invincibles.
And it will be a headache for our match referee. 2 players for me, Gihan and Narayan Satish. The front runner for that Player of the Match award. Gihan got that beautiful 70 odd runs, but for me the game changer was Narayan Satish. Came at a crucial time and got those wickets.
Absolutely, no, it's a no-brainer. Narayan Satish, probably the man of the match for me as well. What a performance by the young lad, young sensation. And certainly that has to be in consideration that a young talent who hasn't had a lot of opportunities did so well. It was a spirited IAS side that came up with swinging their bat. Osama Akil was the first one, 23 of 13 for him. Rashmika, 21 of 10. Anis Rahman kept IAS hopes alive with a 29 of 16, but after that, nobody else was able to contribute. And that's where they were able to only finish their innings at 104 for the loss of 6. And that means that Majis Titans have won this game by 8 valuable runs. Talking about the bowling, it was pretty much professional. Yes, very expensive, but picking up wickets. Narayana Satish, for me, the pick of the player. 3 for 19 for him. Yes, 2 wickets for Abid and 1 for Jan Shafiq. But Narayana Satish, the young leg spinner, 3 for 19, his career best probably in this format. Talking about the highlights, yes, they came with some intent and they decided to throw the bat at almost everything that was there in their arc. They came and they scored runs. Didn't matter whether it was from the middle of the bat or probably from the outside edge. They were looking for boundaries and they were looking for boundaries. But what happened is, consistent intervals, they did pick up wickets. And that's where Majis Titans consistently stayed in the game. Narayana Satish, for me, was the pick of the bowler. Picking up 3 wickets in a flurry, and that's where it broke the back of IAS Invincibles. Some decent bit of fielding also assisted Majis Titans, but IAS Invincibles were spirited. Jan Shafiq holding on to Muzahir Raza's catch, and that's where Anis came to the party, and he came to the party really well. He was striking and striking really good, picking up boundaries, and that's where he lost his wicket. And towards the end, once Anis departed, it was a no-brainer that Majis Titans controlled the equation. Majis Titans batting first, 112 for the loss of 3 on the back of Gihan Cloete, 71 of 33. Narayana Satish and Vishwa Vijayaratne getting 14 and 10 respectively. 2 wickets for Madhava, and chasing that mammoth 113 to win. IAS Invincibles could only get to 104, falling short by 8 runs. And it was Narayana Satish who was the pick of the bowlers. Certainly that those 3 wickets making a big difference between win and loss. Majis Titans have won the game by 8 runs. That's it from us here in the com box. We will join you tomorrow, but after a short break, it's going to be the post-match presentation with Amin Wagle.
He has timed that one well. That is the call, straight in.
Beautiful ball.
Edge of it, yes it is. timed that one well. That is the call, straight in. Beautiful ball. Edged away, yes it is.
Welcome to the post-match ceremony, and of course this one was a nail-biter. It didn't seem like one, but certainly, trust me, the viewers will understand what I'm trying to say. In the first innings, Majis Titans scored 115 odd runs, and then in response, IAS Invincibles never looked to be out of the game, but then just holding on to their nerves, Majis Titans, the bowlers from Majis Titans, ensuring that they crossed the finish line in a great manner, clinching 2 valuable points in the whole scheme of things. Oman D10 powered by Dafa News, and we have a very, very special guest here. This is going to be umpire Bala Subramaniam, who will hand over the player of the match to somebody who has made a mockery of the bowling today, right from ball number 1. It's going to be Gihan Cloete, who scored 70 of nearly 40 balls, and he'll collect the medallion from the umpire Bala Subramaniam. Many congratulations, Gihan, and certainly brought your form into this game to a completely new level, isn't it?
No, thank you very much. It was one of those days where the ball just hits the middle of your bat, and luckily for me, it came off today.
The first boundary that you hit was off the edge of the bat, and after that, it was just absolute stunning shots towards the covers, the pulls, everything was going your way. What was the difference here?
I feel that maybe yesterday when we played, it's not the type of wicket where there's not enough pace in the wicket where you can almost hold your shape and or try and hit the ball just over top. If the coach said if you go hard, you got to go hard so the nicks will fly over. And just one thing, that the ball stood up a little bit there with that nick. I decided let's just stand still and see it from a good pace.
A word or two about the format. 10 overs cricket, too short, do you think?
It brings a little bit of excitement into the game. I think it brings a lot of the teams closer to each other. It makes it a little bit of an even matchup.
All right, all the best. And once again, just hope we get to see more of you on the side of the presentation.
Thank you.
Right then, Majis Titans wrapping the night up for another game day, another exciting D10 action. And what makes it even more exciting is that we've got more cricketing action coming your way tomorrow. But for now, that's all we have. Good night, stay safe.
He has timed that one well. That is the call, straight in. Beautiful ball. Edged away, yes it is.